Boxing fans, this is Jason Lloyd here with 10 Count Boxing News, coming at you with some awesome boxing talk and awesome boxing news, guys. So what do we have here today? We have Jermall Charlo, the fact that he does not need Canelo. He's already swimming in the deep end with the Sharks at 160, guys, and let me tell you about this. Okay, with a record of 31-0 with 22 KOs, Charlo is currently the WBC middleweight champion of the world, and he's definitely on the A side when it comes to the middleweight division, guys. Okay, but what does that mean? This guy needs an opponent right now, guys. Okay, the fanboys of boxing right now are saying one thing and one thing only. They're saying Canelo, Canelo, Canelo. Like, you know, Jermall needs to fight Canelo Alvarez. Like, that's the only fight in the world for him. Now, listen, guys, that fight does have to happen, I believe, in the future, within the next couple of years, maybe 2 or 3 years. Right now, there's no need for that. Canelo Alvarez is already going for his own legacy at the 168-pound super middleweight division, and Jermall Charlo needs to work on the same in his division. And like I say, he's already swimming with some sharks, okay? They're saying, the fanboys are saying, you know, Canelo's a duck, or Charlo is a duck, you know what I mean? But like I say, there's plenty of sharks in this division already. So what I also think is some boxing experts might agree with me here, and they might say, wait a minute, Charlo is in those shark infested waters. Number one, he could fight Boo Boo, Demetrius Andrade, who is currently an undefeated fighter. He's the WBO middleweight champion of the world. He's 29-0 with 18 KOs, and this guy has great ring IQ, a super jab, and he can box all day long. He can go 12 rounds. This guy is an incredible fighter. Okay, what about him? This guy is a 160-pound fighter also. So why can't he fight Charlo for a unification bout? Does that make sense? Or does that not make sense? Okay, we also have in the 160-pound division kind of a great white shark, if you will, and Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. He's 43-1 with 36 KOs, who is also the WBO middleweight champion of the world. What about him, guys? I mean, you know, there's been talks. They've been saying things back and forth. Some people are saying Triple G's ducking. Some people say that Triple G don't want to fight, or Charlo don't want to fight, but it's always got to be somebody's a duck, okay? And I honestly believe that there's nothing more than these great warriors that they want to step up, and they want to get into the ring and make some money, and they want to fight and become the best of their era, okay? So we also got Royota Murata, okay? This dude is 16-2 with 13 KOs, and he's the current middleweight WBA champion at middleweight, okay? Is he a shark? I don't think so, but it's easy work for Charlo. He can go fight this dude next, and then he can also go after Boo Boo later, and definitely not worry about, I mean, he's already probably the A-side fighter there, but definitely worried about, you know, a lot of these guys are worried about, oh, I want, you know, 80%, you get 20, or 70-30 or whatever. With 2 belts, it's going to be awful lot easier for him to say those kind of things, okay? So now we do have a shark swimming in the water, creeping up on these dudes by the name of Jaime Munguia, okay? This great Mexican fighter is 36-0. He has 29 KOs, and I think this would be one of the hardest fights out there right now for Jermall Charlo. This guy is not going to lay down, and he knocks pretty much everything out that he fights, okay? I think this would be probably equally as hard as a Triple G fight. I got Triple G and Charlo as probably a 50-50 fight, even though Triple G, I believe, is about 38 years old, and Charlo is in his prime right now. Excuse me. I believe that Triple G is not one of those fighters that just falls on the ground. And, you know, he has been getting a little gassy at the end of his fights, but, you know, he's always fighting the best. So with that said, I think that Jaime Munguia versus Jermall Charlo fight would be an extremely good fight. And I do believe that he might be coming in as like he's working his way up to that number one contender ship for one of those belts right there, and I believe it might be the WBC. So, you know, Charlo, that would be a really good fight for you. You could make some good money. It'd be one of those Mexico, you know, versus America fights, or Texas or whatever. So it would be easy to fill up the stadium out there in Texas where you're from. But it would be a definite war. That would be a slobber knocker, and you definitely have to earn that victory over Jaime Munguia. Okay. With that said, Charlo has plenty of sharks in the water, and he can pick and choose because he is an A-side fighter. He's an excellent fighter. He has an incredible jab. He has great stamina, great power. He's moving into becoming the total package of the 160-pound division. But he's got one belt, okay? And with that said, you can't be the champ or the people's champ until you start grabbing these other titles. So with that said, there is no reason right now why, or a serious emergency, why Jermall Charlo would have to fight Canelo Alvarez right now. Because right now he's currently working on his own legacy, and I'm sure that he would love to fight him in the future, you know, when he gains a couple pounds or whatnot. But right now he could be working on his own legacy, and I can't wait to see him fight some of these other guys, because I do believe that Charlo has a great opportunity to become undisputed at 160. But I'm going to tell you this, it's not going to be an easy task. He's going to have to work on every single one of them fights. I think the only easy fight for him is Ryota Murata for the WBA middleweight championship. Other than that, he's going to have to put in some serious work to get to grab the rest of those belts. Now, if you haven't liked and subscribed to our channel, you hit that little button down there in the corner, and we ask you to do that. And you also have a chance to win these Everlast boxing gloves. All you got to do is like and subscribe, guys. And again, this is Jason Loya with 10 Count Boxing News. And remember, after the 10 count, you out, suckers. Peace.
Boxing fans, boxing fans, boxing fans, boxing fans. And remember, after the 10 count,